Welcome to our weekly live with the Creativity Cave. I'm Dina Rico, and we're going to be stamping up a storm today. I'm so happy you're here. I got to get my Stampin' Lips on. So I'm tired. We had our college drop off yesterday, and last week I was not feeling very hot, and I think it's allergies because I am feeling better, but I do think it's allergies. And I did not get a lot of sleep this weekend. I never sleep very well when I'm not in my own bed, which I don't know if you're like that. I can't sleep very well in weird places. Although I stayed one night at my sister's house and another night in an apartment, a hotel room. Anyway, so we had a lovely time bringing Carl up to school. It's a drive, 9 hours. Oh boy. And so we broke it up. We drove to my sister's house in Minneapolis on Friday, and then we drove up to Fargo on Saturday, and then we drove all the way home yesterday. And we couldn't, so we were supposed to move Carl in at noon on Sunday, and he got permission to move in early because he wasn't supposed to move in till Wednesday, but we couldn't really take 3 days off of work to make that happen. So he got permission to move in on Sunday with the band kids that were coming for band camp. Band camp, it's a thing. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with my voice, but whatever. So we get there, and the housing guy wasn't there. Finally got there. I mean, he was just a few minutes late, but we were like chomping at the bit, and everything else was already going for these band kids. So he gives us our packet and he says, well, you'll need your ID to get in. And we're like, what? And Carl didn't go to orientation because it's 9 hours away. So he didn't have a student ID. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's Sunday. There's no way he's going to be able to get an ID today. And he goes, oh no, you can get it. They're open. Go, just head over. So we get there, and they were closed. And like there weren't hours on this place, so we weren't sure, like, okay, are you coming in ever? So I start making calls, and of course Carl's like, oh my gosh, it's doomed, we're never gonna make it. And I think my husband was like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna get home. And so I called and finally got a hold of somebody, and we got the ID, but we had to wait another hour. So let's just say it didn't quite go as planned for the timing. And then we get him, nobody else is moving in, so that part was really easy, which was nice. And it was a little toasty. And so we're trying to get him kind of unpacked and a little bit settled before we took off, because I know I could just feel my husband is like, we gotta go. But of course, I wanted to make sure he was at least partially packed or unpacked so that, you know, it wasn't so overwhelming. And I don't know. I think we did all right. It was so hot though. Oh my gosh, you guys. And there's no air conditioning, and all I could think of is good luck with that. Like, bless his little heart. His just cushy life little heart. He has no air conditioning at college, and he lives on the 4th floor, and his bunk bed is at the top of the or his lofted bed is at the top of the room where all the heat rises. So that was fun. Anyway, so we didn't, well, what we planned on doing was, like, we would make a Target or a Walmart run after we got there and, you know, get whatever things he might need. And he Well, my husband was like, we're not doing that. And so I said, I said, why don't you get this and this and just let us know how much it is and we'll get you the money so you don't have to worry about it. And he was like, okay. I felt bad. So as we said goodbye, and left him, I thought, oh, maybe I'll look for things online and see if I can find anything. Well, gosh, this just so would not have happened back in my day, but I was able to order, or I like put an order together for a pickup at Target and got him all the stuff he needed, and he went and picked it up last night. So that was really good. And he was putting together his shelf thing, and I'm anxious to hear how that is going, or what I'm hoping he'll send me pictures. Well, my niece is a sophomore and she is already moved into her apartment, and which, by the way, oh my gosh, her apartment is amazing. It's so nice. I mean, it's not nice, it's just so good, like adequate. I say that because my sister, when she went to college, by the way, we went to college in almost the same town. She and I did, as Carl, at different colleges, but when she and I went, she's older than me, but her apartment had black mold in it when we moved her out. It was just the grossest, scariest place. And my place, which we drove by, it's not even there anymore. It was like a really amazing townhouse that I don't even know how we got this place or how we found it. It wasn't me. I think my friend knew the guy who owned it or something. I'm not sure. But it's now like a big building of some kind. I was just like, wait a minute, it's not there anymore. But anyway, it was a pretty sweet deal, but it was not great. So, her apartment is pretty awesome. I was impressed. She has her own bathroom and her own room. I shared a room with my roommate, or one of my 4 roommates, and all of us shared a bathroom. So it's pretty nice. Anyway, did the order include a fan? It sure did. He had like a little rotating fan, but then his roommate was bringing a box fan, and I thought, his roommate's not going to be there till like Saturday. I think I'm just going to get this fan for him, and it was only like 20 some dollars. Anyway, he said that after the sun went down, it cooled off quite a bit, and so the fan brought in the cool air, and he said he slept just fine, which is great. So that was good. And I did pretty good. I didn't cry a ton. I don't know what is up with my voice, but I think I did pretty good. Like I was really worried how I would react to it. I was sad. And of course I had a long drive home to think about it, but I did pretty good. But you guys, here's the best part. My kitchen is still clean. The counters are clean. The refrigerator door handles are clean. The knob to the silverware drawer is clean. It's like a modern miracle. So amazing. So amazing. So anyway, that's interesting. I just read this. Shaz said they have their own rooms in the UK at university. Thankfully didn't have to share. Wow. Yes, there's a puppy. Andy just took them to the park. We can't say it out loud or they get a little excited. But yeah, so Carl has what's called a suite, where there's 2 rooms and each of them has two people in it, and then they share a little common area. It's pretty small, and there is one mirror, one shower, and one toilet for four guys. And I'm thinking, for girls, that could be challenging to have one mirror. There might have been, I don't think there was a full-length mirror anywhere. I don't know. I'm thinking that would present a whole lot of challenges for the girls. Like, you would have to work out a schedule. But for the guys, I don't think it'll be too big of a problem. So, at any rate, so that was the weekend. A lot of time in the car, and so we got home at about midnight, and I was really tired. But as I'm sure most people are. When you're super tired and you get home and you can go to sleep, you can't fall asleep. So, oh, I could not fall asleep. And it took me a long time to finally fall asleep. And so, long story short, I'm really tired. So, anyway. Oh, Sharon, you're still in Hawaii? Oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. Okay, so now that he's gone, I feel like it's time to plan some kind of awesome excursion like Hawaii. Oh, that would be nice. Yeah. Coming home. Okay. That's good. You come home. I'm kidding. Don't come home. Stay there. Don't ever come back. You can work from Hawaii, right? What's the time difference? It's no problem. Yes, I do need an empty nesting trip. See, we talked about going on a 50th birthday trip because when I turned 50 this spring, it was all track meets and graduations. So, and Andy had used up all of his vacation for all these meets and graduations. So, I would really like to plan something fun. We'll see, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Oh, it's your 30th anniversary. Well, congratulations. That's awesome. I'm 30. I'm kidding. We're almost the same age, so. So that means you got married like as a baby. Jeez, Sharon. Kidding. Since we're about the same age, right? All right. Well, I have to tell you this because you guys will love this. I did bring some watercolors and I watercolored one night in the hotel. This is also funny. I thought for sure he would want to like hang out with the team or, the guys from the team that are there already. And they decided to run Sunday morning at 6 a.m. So he got up at 5:30. He fell asleep before any of us on Friday night or Saturday night, pardon me. And he ran 14 and a half miles, I think, on Sunday morning. And he said, so his goal is always to walk 20,000 steps. And I thought, wow, that's a lot of steps. And he said, actually, when you run 14 miles in the morning, it really helps a pretty big chunk of that 20,000 steps is taken up. So I think he said that was like 17,000. Oh, this kid, I don't know. I don't have the energy for him. Anyway, so I'm really looking forward to pretty much going to bed after this live. We'll see, but okay. So anyway, enough about that. And Ella watched the puppies while we were gone, which is so sweet. She was thrilled because she got the puppies. We were thrilled because the puppies got to stay here. Everybody was happy, so that was really good. And they seemed pretty happy to see us at midnight. And then we were trying to get him to like settle down. So that was kind of fun at midnight this morning. So anyway, okay. Well, today we've got some fun projects using my very, very favorite designer series paper. I can't wait to share them with you. And I also have some very fun things coming up that we've been working on behind the scenes here in the midst of all of this other stuff that's been happening. And I think that's everything. So I'm going to flip my camera and then we'll talk about all of that good stuff and then we'll get to the stamping. Yay. So thank you guys so much for being here. And I did post a picture of Carl in front. So he's going to NDSU, which is North Dakota State University, which is in Fargo. And their mascot is the bison. Go herd, I think is the expression. And so I did get a picture of him in front of the bison, which I will show here in a second when I flip my camera so you can see it. I posted it on Facebook yesterday. But it is so sweet because the first picture, I'll show you the bison. By the way, it's a boy bison. And its tail is kind of sticking up. At first he stood right behind the tail. I'm like, no, stand by the head. It was funny. Okay, maybe you'd have to be there. Maybe it's because I've lived with two boys for a long time. All right. Now I like the boy-girl ratio is even now. I'm feeling a lot better about it in this house. One boy, one girl, one dog boy, one girl dog. One boy dog, one girl dog. It's better. Okay, I'm gonna flip my camera. Oh my gosh, did I mention I'm tired? Can you tell? Oh boy, this could be bad. Oh, here, flip. There we go. Okay, so let me show you. This is, that's him in front of the bison, and he was standing like right under the tail. I'm like, I don't know, that's not so good. Anyway, so that was kind of cool. And then here he is in his dorm, partially unpacked. So, yeah. So he has this teeny little fan, but then we got him a box fan for in the window, which I think did pretty good last night, according to him. So there you go. Also, he took silly pictures on my phone, which always cracks me up when he does stuff like that. All right. All right. So here we go. Okay. We have a new catalog coming, which means we have a new catalog kickoff party coming. I'm super excited about this. So we will get started on September 3rd, which is the day the catalog launches. It is going to be 2 awesome weeks full of all kinds of fun. All the things that we have come to share with you during these kickoffs. We will have 6 exclusive lives, plus a meet and greet. We'll have games, we'll have challenges, we'll have all kinds of prizes. We will have inspiration galleries, card challenges, and all the things. So you can get registered for this. It is $15 for all of the goodies for 2 weeks. And if you are a Stamp Happy Academy subscriber, you can join this for free. So that is an awesome perk. We have all the details in the events tab on the Stamp Happy Academy website, so you can check that out if you are a subscriber. If you you need to have been a subscriber since, I want to say June. It's the last 3 months basically. So if you're not a subscriber, you can just purchase the registration for $15, and I have a link in the description of this video. We also have make and take packets that we are working on, and oh my gosh, they're going to be super fun. So we've got a little bit of everything. We're using the Humble Home, Snowy Wonder, and Regal Flora bundles throughout our event, plus other things, but our make and takes are going to focus on these 3 bundles so that you don't have to have like $500 worth of stamps in order to make your projects. And then of course we'll showcase other things from the mini catalog, but these are what we're going to be using for the make and takes. So that's going to be fun. And the goodie bag is full of really awesome stuff. So anyway, you can get registered for that. If I don't have a link in the description, I will just message me and I will get it for you. The Iconic Imagery online class is coming out yet this month, and it is going to feature 6 awesome projects with the Iconic Imagery bundle. This is part of the current online exclusives that came out this month, or maybe was it this month? Yeah, this month. And we've got cards for kind of all of the upcoming seasons. So there's fall, birthday, Valentine's, and Christmas / winter / seasonal. So it's a really great class. I have to say, when I first saw this bundle, I was like, oh, you know, it's all right. But oh my gosh, you guys, our projects are so fun. They're really great. So you can get registered for that. Again, link in the description of this video. I'm really looking forward to it. All right, we have the designer series paper is still going on in with Stampin' Up! For the rest of this month. And I'm going to showcase my very favorite paper today, which is the Full of Life DSP, which is on sale. Yes. We also have, I think there's 14 papers that are included in this sale. This one is currently sold out, the Winter Meadow, just as a FYI. It should be back before the sale is over. And I believe the same is with the Country Woods DSP, but I believe both of them are slated to be back before the sale is over, so watch for that. But don't forget to take advantage of this extra discount on this DSP because it's pretty awesome. You can also redeem your bonus day coupons. If you earned any coupons during the month of July, you can redeem them through the end of this month, and you can put them all in one order. You can break it up, whatever you want to do. It's pretty awesome. And of course, when you order through the Creativity Cave, and oh my gosh, do I appreciate your business. You guys, it helps me so, so much when you order. I really, really appreciate it and definitely could use your orders. With a $35 order, you'll get a pre-cut cardstock packet for today's projects, which by the way are pretty awesome. If you spend $50, you'll also get this month's All-Star Video Class Bundle PDF, which features the Mediterranean blooms, and oh my, are these projects amazing. 12 tutorials, including videos, photos, dimensions, all the good stuff for the Mediterranean blooms suite. And then if you spend $75, you are going to get an embellishment to go with all of this other stuff. And you'll see all of that here in just a minute. Please use my host code if your order is under $150 to get all these fun goodies. That code is W2M7WUFM. There you go. All right. You can also purchase the All-Star tutorial for $15. The link is in the description of this video. And it is never, ever too late to get in on Watercolor Happy. Oh my gosh. We still have 2 weeks left to go through this class, but all the content is available for the life of, or for life. So you can enjoy it whenever you are ready. I can't encourage you enough to take this course. It's so awesome. And I'm really looking forward to our last couple of weeks worth of lessons. And finally, this month's Sunshine and Creativity Delivered box. When you subscribe by the end of the month, you'll get next month's box, which is cards for fall. And they are going to be really awesome. So hope you join us for that. Again, all the links are in the description of our video. Okay, let's get down to some stamping. All right. Our first card is featuring just the prettiest, just the prettiest paper. I'm going to start with a card base that is Blueberry Bushel. And so I've got a half sheet of Blueberry Bushel cardstock. And then I've got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece of basic white, which I'm going to put on here. But before I do that, I have a 2-inch wide strip of this designer series paper. Oh my gosh. It's just, it is a rainbow of happiness right here, friends. I really love it. So I want to take this piece and I'm actually going to cut it. Let me grab my trimmer here. And I've kind of got a pretty big chunk of yellow here. So I'm going to cut it right through the yellow. So I'm not really measuring this at all. As you know, that is my way. And because I have a whole bunch of yellow, I'm actually going to trim some more of it off. So I'm basically removing a hunk of yellow. Okay, and there is this piece of DSP. We're going to adhere it to our card here in just a moment. But what I want to do next is tentatively place this on my card. So I'm going to bring my strip of paper all the way up there. And then this piece is going to go all the way down here. And I might have to cut off a little bit more because I want to leave some space in the middle for my sentiment. And I'm using the Happy Little Things stamp set on all of my projects today. This set comes with these cute little dies, which I do not have handy, but there's cute little dies. It's just a little set of 2. And there's this one and this one. And you can get this as a bundle in online. So anyway, I've got this piece, which we're going to use here in just a moment. But we've got the word celebrate. And what I love about this stamp set for a variety of things, but one is that there's each word comes solid and outlined, and then there's little words, smaller words that coordinate, and then of course you can use the dies with them too. So it's a really great bundle, and I do like it quite a bit. Okay, so let's get stamping. Now you could you could do a whole bunch of stuff with this. In fact, I think I'm going to change. I was originally going to stamp this in some blueberry bushel on here, but I think it might really, oh my gosh, it might really be kind of awesome if it was stamped and embossed in, there we go. Oh, that is still crooked. Let me grab, I'm having some troubles here. Let me line this up with my grid paper. I keep bending the word, the first 3 letters of this when I'm putting it on my block, and then it's very clearly crooked, which I don't want. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is actually stamp this and heat emboss in gold. I think that will be kind of awesome. Okay, so I'm just kind of leaving my DSP on here. It's not adhered yet, but then I can stamp that down right in the middle, and then we'll heat emboss. Okay, so I'm gonna take my embossing buddy and kind of drop that on here to treat my paper. Oh, I can't remove this quite yet. We'll line that up, and then I'm going to stamp that right about there. Also, can we just marvel at how good this Versamark pad looks? I've had it for quite a few years now. I'm impressed I've been able to keep it. Now, don't be fooled. I have just a terrible looking one as well, but this one has managed to stay quite clean for some time, and I think that should be celebrated. Okay, so I've got the word celebrate on here, and then I'm going to use some of our gold embossing powder. Ooh. This is part of the metallic set of 3, gold, silver, and copper. And got that on there. I think I flicked it a little too hard. There we go. And then I'm just going to take this piece and dump this all in. You might ask yourself, well, why aren't you using the tray in your embossing buddy? And I will say it is really hard to get every last fleck of this back in, and it takes a lot of time in the video especially, so that's why. All right, time to melt it down. The best part of embossing is melting the powder. Woo, so exciting. So let's just watch the magic happen. The very first time I embossed, I was hooked. I knew stamping was going to be amazing. And gold is one of those ones where you're just like, oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Just so fancy. Okay, so I've got my celebrate on there. Now that does kind of warp up my paper just a little bit. So all that I'm going to do to combat that is just be pretty generous with the adhesive. I didn't mean to do that much, but I didn't get close enough to the edge. So we're being really generous with the adhesive. All right, so I've got celebrate on here. Okay, so that's fun. And then I'm going to attach those 2 pieces of designer series paper, and I'm probably going to have to trim a little bit. Of both. Okay, so isn't that fun? I'm going to just trim the excess as mentioned. Like so. All right. Sorry, I'm reading comments. Okay. So there we go. Now that's really cute, right? But wait, there's more. I am going to use my paper butterfly accents. Oh, and you will get an entire package of these if you get your, if you spend $75 this week. And I'm pretty excited. And actually you have 2 weeks for this one because this will go through, I want to say the 1st of September. Okay, so we're going to add our little butterfly here. But wait. So this is, I think, a really fun thing that you can do with embossing powder. And that is add some embossing kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Accents, if you will, to this paper butterfly. So what I'm going to do is you can take either a sponge, or I actually have a blending brush, and we're going to add a little bit of ink to this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm not going to rub too hard. I'm just going to kind of dab a little bit. But I'm going to just dab a little bit of my ink on here. And then I can dab a little on the edges of my butterfly. Okay. I'm just going to stick my thing on there. And then let's take that powder once again and put that on here. And I'm going to kind of cover this. The whole thing is not going to pick up all the powder, just a few spots. Oh, that's more than I intended. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, oh, maybe I need to flick this. I'm going to wipe off the stuff that I wasn't necessarily intending. If I knew where my brush went for this, gosh, that would help. I think I dropped it behind my thing. Okay, so what I want is a little bit, this is where actually a sponge dauber might do the job a lot more effectively. So I'm just kind of wiping off the stuff I don't want. So in essence, I have the antenna can be covered. A little bit of the body, and then a little bit of the tips, the wing tips. Okay. But what's nice about this is as you can see, I can kind of brush off the stuff I don't want. Okay, now that we've done that, I'm going to heat this up, and let's just be safe. Dump this all back in the jar before we blow all the powder around with my embossing gun, because let me tell you, been there, done that, and it's not pretty. Okay. Put a lid on this. I haven't dumped this into my little container yet. So, all right, let's heat this up. And it's just going to add a little bit of gold accent to the butterfly. Now you could also do things like add ink to these. I like them white, to be completely honest, but you can do some fun little extras to these. And I love that the embossing is not perfect. That's sort of the look I'm going for. It's just like little gilded bits, you know. You just want to make sure the powder you do have on there is completely melted so it doesn't come off, because that would be a big fat bummer. Okay, so look at that. Super fun. Okay, so now we're going to add that to our card like this. And how pretty is that? So excited. All right, I'm going to put this on with a mini glue dot, because that's literally all you need. And then you can just kind of put it on like so. Oh. All right, then I also have a panel of basic white to go on the inside. And then what I'm going to do, well, it's too late. Then what I'm going to do on this is, I've got my sheet. This is my little sheet of the what the butterflies kind of come in. And I think I've shown this before, but I'm just going to do a little ink blending on here. And you could do this also in gold embossing if you wanted, but I can't at this point because of the fact that I took the I already adhered the paper in, but that's okay. Now, to make that happen, what I do need to do is block off the areas that I don't want to have showing. So I'm just gonna put that like that, and Post-its are so perfect for this. So basically everything that is not this butterfly that could be showing on my paper is what I want to block off. So that is kind of a lot of Post-its, but you can really easily reuse these Post-its. And you can reuse this piece of paper too, which is kind of handy. Okay, so I've got my ink here, and I'm just going to pick a little bit up, get rid of some of that beginning ink, and kind of lightly do this. I want the body, you know, the abdomen part to be darker and the wings to be lighter. Okay, so then I'm gonna go over this again, and I did not do a super good job of that, but that's okay. Not going to stress, just gonna blend a little bit more. And then I'm gonna go over this from this angle, and there I'm getting darker ink. I'll take just one more pass at this. Okay, then I'm going to completely remove all my Post-its, and look at how pretty that is. Love it. Okay, so I've got that, and then let's see, I don't think I pulled out my little other sentiment. Let's see. So in here, what did we do? Celebrate, right? Celebrate the little things, I think is what I wanted to use. Yep, I did not mount that stamp yet, so let me grab that quick. And we'll add this to our card. This was not going to be quite as fussy as it turned out originally. So look at how fun that is. Oh, first card, love it. Super excited. Okay, so there you go. Okay, our next card is a really, really simple one. We're going to emboss on this one too, but instead of gold, we're going to use white because white is the best. I just got to grab my white powder. Okay. So on this one, I cut out myself a piece of designer series paper, which I like to call 5 squares by 4 squares. Not exactly sure what the dimension of that is. And then I was going to, well, I'm going to adhere it to this panel. I was going to use this die cut piece that I die cut out of here, but then I decided not to, and I'll show you why in a minute. But what I want to do is adhere my DSP to this panel of basic white. Yours will not have this giant hole in the middle of it. Okay, and you might get a different section of color of this, but your card base will match. I chose to go with crushed curry for mine. You could do a lot of different colors. There's Coastal Cabana, pretty in pink, Melon Mambo, Real Red, maybe even Cajun Craze. I tried, like, this to me looks like peach pie. I ended up not liking that as much, so that's why I chose crushed curry, but you could do a lot of different colors with this one. Where did my bone folder go? Aha. Under my paper cutter. All right, so let's adhere this. Okay, and so I'm going to put that on my card here. And I think I'll pop that up because, I mean, let's be honest, everything's better popped up. Plus, we didn't even pop anything up on the other card, and I'm feeling that. Like, that's not right. Okay, so I'm going to place that right here. Okay. Next, I am going to, instead of, so here's what happened. I put that circle over here and I was like, oh, that really covers up a lot. But then I die cut it out of vellum and I was like, oh, that's perfect. Literally, I said that. So I want to take and stamp this on my paper. Now I'm going to put my little butterfly on here, like about there. And I thought I would stamp my sentiment, which is "You are incredible," all from this same stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that in basic white. But first I want to drop my embossing buddy on here so that I don't get white flecks where I don't want my white flecks. And then I'm just going to stamp that on in Versamark, and then we'll use our white powder for this. Perfect. Okay, so let's heat that up real quick. We're getting a lot of heat tool action today. Oh, and it's pre-warmed up, so she's melting quick. I love it. I would say heat embossing on vellum is like one of my favorite things to do because it's just so cool how that works. However, if you don't have white powder, you can just stamp it in white ink and it will show up pretty well. It won't be quite as vibrant, but it will do the trick. All right, so there we go. And I'm gonna attach that on there like so. Now, you can use whatever adhesive you like, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a couple of well-placed glue dots under my sentiment, and then I'm going to use glue dots to adhere my butterfly. This is the small butterfly from those paper butterfly accents. And there's this little blob of color, or I don't know, it's like a little smudge or something. I'm just going to put this over the top, and then I can put another glue dot on the back side, and now all my glue dots are hidden. Nobody knows they're there except you and me. Okay, and then I'm gonna just put that on my card like so. Oh, so cute. All right. Then you can use whatever embellishment you'd like. I've got some of the iridescent faceted gems on here, which have been out of stock, but they are back in stock. I actually checked before I came on here. And we're just going to add a couple of these to our card like so. And that is just a super simple, super pretty, super easy card. And I do have somewhere well, I thought I did, a panel of white to put on the inside. Is this the right piece? No, that's a full quarter sheet. Let's trim it down quick. I'm out of, this does not happen very often, but I keep 4 by 5¼ inch piece of cardstock panels in my drawer here. And I've been out and I keep forgetting to replenish it. I usually put a whole pack of basic white in there, so that's like a lot. I think that's like 160 pieces. But I'm out right now. It's not good. Okay, so there we go. And that's it. So simple. I love this one a lot. All right, our next card is super fun as well. For this one, I'm going to take and start with a card base that I actually embossed. So this is a thick white card base, and then I embossed the front with the Timber 3D embossing folder. So thick white embossed. All right, then I'm going to start with a small piece of DSP, which is 2 by 3½ inches. And we're going to do a little stamping on this. Now, depending on which piece you get, you might choose different colors of ink just so that it coordinates, but I'm going to go ahead and use Melon Mambo on mine. And for this, I'm going to stamp 2 words, wishing and you. And the wishing is going to be the solid stamp, which is going to fit kind of up pretty close to the top. And then the U is going to fit below it. All right, so let's ink this up. And I just want to make sure she's looking good, and she is. I think I'm actually going to stamp this on here just so that I get a good impression. And so I'm going to stamp wishing. Please be straight. Okay, not bad. And then you right underneath. Okay. And then I'll adhere this. Ah, such a cute piece. To a coordinating panel of basic white, which is like 3 3/4 by 2 1/4. All right, and then that's going to go on top of here. So I thought about using the Friends for Life. I think that's the name of the bundle that coordinates with this. Yeah, Friends for Life. Because, you know, obviously I wanted to use this DSP, but then I thought, wait, we can kind of look at some other things you can do with this DSP. It's not limited to that set, although I do love that set as well. But I thought this would be fun to just kind of mix things up a little bit. Okay, so we've got wishing you. Put that on there. And then I'm going to add this little butterfly like that. And it's going to cover my word, but not so much that you can't figure out what it says, you know? Okay. And kind of how we put some different touches on our first card, I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to use some Clear Wing Castella to add some, I probably could have done this before I adhered this to my card too, by the way.
because that would be a little easier to keep it off of the layers that I don't want it on, but we're just going to go with it. So I'm just coloring in, you know, parts of my butterfly wings here to be pretty. And we could even spritz this on the rest of the card just for a little extra something something. Okay, so wishing you, and then on the inside we're going to do a little fun touch. So I've got this butterfly, but as kind of I've alluded to previously, I want to add a little color to it. So I'm going to start with some Pretty in Pink ink, and I'm kind of going to cover the whole thing. And in an effort to not like destroy my butterfly, I'm sort of going from the inside out. I want to make sure I don't mangle the antenna. And so I'm just kind of holding this on here. You could also, by the way, use this as a stencil, because look at that. Isn't that cool? Okay, but I also want to add a little bit more color to that. Also make sure that the finger holding it is not dirty, because it will get ink on there. But just blend over it, you're good to go. Okay, I'm also going to grab one for my Melon Mambo. And this one I want to kind of keep more towards the center. So I'm going to be a little bit more careful. And I'm doing a pretty light touch here because I don't want to mangle anything that shouldn't be mangled. Okay, so my outer edges are lighter and then the center is darker. All right, so let's put that on the inside of our card here. I know I'm curling these and that's kind of futile because, let's be honest, when we close the card and send it, they'll get smushed back down, but a girl can dream, can't she? Okay, so I'll put that in the middle like so. And then we'll take this cute little banner from our die cut set. And then oh, that is not the right word. I'm not wishing you a peaceful season. I'm wishing you a speedy recovery. They're right next to each other in the stamp set. Okay, so I like this because it's kind of a nice, cheerful little sentiment for this card. And then when you use the right sentiment, it's even better. Okay, so a speedy recovery. And then we'll put that right across there, like so. Oh, so cute. And I'll use glue dots for that once again, because it's just easier that way. So these are just such fun and simple little cards that you can use. Of course, let's embellish this one a little bit more. I think I'm going to take and put a couple of these on my butterfly like so, and then maybe sprinkle a few more of them around. Like that. So fun. But I love the inside. Just a cute little way to add a nice touch to this card. So that's our cards for today. Now if you want, we're done a bit earlier than I thought. If you, well, no, I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. So I've got wishing you a speedy recovery. You are incredible. And celebrate the little things. By the way, I was going to use the little die cut and put the little things on a die cut right here, but I actually like this better. So much fun. Oh, aren't these just such fun, happy cards? I hope you loved the projects. Of course, I would love you if you placed an order in my online store this week. For $35, you'll get the pre-cut cardstock. For $50, you'll get an extra PDF. And for $75, of course, you will get the paper butterflies to go with the kit. A whole package of them. So that's a really awesome deal. I hope, like I said, that you loved these. Let me know which card is your favorite. You are incredible. Wishing you or celebrate. I always love hearing which your favorites are because sometimes they really surprise me. Don't forget as well, we have a card challenge going on all month long, and you just need to create a project by the 31st and share it in my Stamping with the Creativity Cave Facebook group in order to get entered. And you can do that up until the 31st. The card that we did for this month's challenge is the one I did a couple weeks ago. It's the I used the Mediterranean Blooms Designer Series paper, and it was a gatefold accordion card. It was really fun, kind of a fun little layout. So anyway, there you go, friends. Thank you so much for stamping with me today. I hope you had a great time. And if you could give me the thumbs up. Oh my gosh, I only have 88. Oh, it would help me so much. Oh, I can't even tell you. YouTube loves it when you love my videos. Give me the thumbs up, give me a comment on what your favorite card is, and that just helps me so much, friends. I really, really appreciate it. Again, if you'd like to place an order, the link is in the description of this video, and I will see you right back here next Monday for some awesome stamping. Thanks, friends. We'll see you soon. Bye.